Hey guys, and welcome back to the J2 channel. And this is your match preview of tomorrow's game, Crystal Palace versus Chelsea in the Premier League. Chelsea are back in the Premier League after what, nearly 2 weeks or something like that. So yeah, happy to be back in the Premier League, even though technically it doesn't really matter. We're not in the top four race, in which I said we was, but I don't think we are now. But at the same time, we're not in the title race, so like we're just one of those teams where we're just there in it. So to be honest with you, yeah, it is what it is. But Chelsea will be playing Crystal Palace tomorrow. Last time we played Crystal Palace at their ground, we beat them 4-1. And to be fair, Chelsea haven't lost at Selhurst Park in ages. I don't remember the last time we lost at their ground. So we have a good record there. And I saw a stat where like in the last 21 meetings against Palace, like there's not been a draw yet. Like they've won 4 times and we've won 17 times, which is absolutely mad. So there's bound to be a winner in this game. History does tell. And obviously the last time we faced them this season was obviously the first game of the Premier League season when we were looking to challenge for the title. Unfortunately, we didn't, but we beat them 3-0 convincingly. If you remember, it was a very good performance. We played 3-4-3. Trevor Chalobah's Premier League home debut. You know, he scored. Christian Pulisic scored as well, and Marcus Alonso bagged a very good free kick as well. So yeah, against Palace, normally Chelsea do well. We normally don't struggle, but before we start, obviously like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow my social media down below, and tell me what your lineups would be. Tell me your thoughts on this game, and tell me a score prediction as well. So yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, Crystal Palace, they're sitting in 12th in the Premier League, if I'm not wrong, on 26 points or 27 points, something like that. So they're that team where, they're not going to get mid-table, 10th, 9th, 8th, but at the same time, you're not going to see them in the relegation zone. Patrick Vieira's come in, and for me, has done a very, very good job. The reason why I say that is obviously because under Roy Hodgson, they had a lot of experienced players, Roy Hodgson. He played negative football, which is absolutely fine, counter-attacking football that kept them up in the league every single time. And obviously, Roy Hodgson left. And that squad needed a clear out. Vieira came in and just cleared out all the old players. I think the likes of Gary Cahill went. I think Andros Townsend went as well. So many players over the age of 30. Contracts running down. They went on a free. Just so many of them. And he brought in just a bunch of young talent. And, he brought in, I think Eze was already at the club, to be fair, when he was there. But obviously they have him. They have Zaha as wingers as well. But then they brought in Elise. They brought in Conor Gallagher on loan. They brought in Anderson. They brought in Mark Gahey as well. They brought in Mitchell as well. I think that's his name, Mitchell. So, yeah, they brought in a bunch of young, talented English players, pretty much. Most of them were English. Obviously, Anderson is Danish, a young Danish centre back. No, he's not young. Maybe he's in his mid-20s or something like that. So he's not really young, is he? But yeah, they brought in a younger team. Obviously, to bring the overall squad, like, when they do the average ages and that, yeah, they brought that down massively. And obviously, Patrick Vieira, you gotta give him credit, man. He was one of the favourites to be sacked. One of the favourites to be the first manager in the Premier League this season to be sacked, and he hasn't been sacked yet. For me, he's done a very good job. He's got them playing some good football. Obviously, when they played the big teams as well, Arsenal away, a 2-2 draw. They probably should have won that 2-1. Last minute Lacazette. If anyone remembers that day, mate, the way they were celebrating, Arsenal fans, unbelievable. They were very unlucky to lose at home to Liverpool. I watched that game. They put in a very, very good performance. Liverpool just hang in there and, took their chances when they needed to. They beat Tottenham at home as well, 3-0. That was one of their first big wins of the season, if you remember. So fair play to them. And also, they went away to Manchester City, guys, and beat them 2-0. So Palace ain't no joke. Vieira's team play well against the big side so far this season. A bit like how Southampton and Ralph Hasenhutl's team has played well against the big teams. He has as well, Patrick Vieira. So this game is not going to be easy, At least in the 3-0 win, we didn't know how they were going to play. It's clear that he needed time. And plus, he wasn't done with building his squad and transfers as well. So the Palace were facing tomorrow compared to the first game of the season is going to be completely different. And tomorrow they're at home and they're going to be brave on the ball and attack us, I think. So, yeah, we've got to watch out for players like Elise, Zaha, Eze. Conor Gallagher will not play against us tomorrow. Obviously, he is on loan from Chelsea. And if you're on loan from another Premier League club, you can't play against them. Thank God for that, because he has been absolutely brilliant this season. 7 Premier League goals. You get me, moving like Frank Lampard and that, I'd say he's more like Frank Lampard than Mason Mount is. Not comparing him to Frank Lampard, just saying, if you used to say who is more like him, I'd say Gallagher is. But yeah. Yeah, that's really it on Crystal Palace. They're going to be a threat tomorrow, and we'll see how they play against us. It's going to be a tough game. Obviously, Chelsea Football Club, Thomas Tuchel done the press conference. Nothing really major. They talked about, they talked about Kepa, talked about Aspilicueta, Kai Havertz with the goal as well, Lukaku a bit as well, little bits and pieces, being world champions and all that stuff. So do go check out the press conference on Chelsea's YouTube channel. But yeah, let's get into the predicted lineup straight away. Obviously, I'm going to give you the team that I think should go out there and play, and also the team that I think Tuchel is going to go out there and decide, who should play in what position. And I think it's going to be very, very similar. So, yeah, let's go. Obviously, in goal, Edouard Mendy. It's really as simple as that. Obviously, like I said before, he talked about Kepa and how, he's done so well for us since Mendy went to AFCON. And obviously, he's done so well that he is good enough to be our number one keeper. But he's not our number one keeper because Edouard Mendy is. And that's why I put Edouard Mendy in the first 11, because he is our number one keeper at the end of the day. People have got to understand that. Kepa's done a very good job, but Mendy's our number one, and he's back in it. So, yeah, I'd definitely play Mendy. Left back, I'd play Malang Sarr. Wouldn't play Alonso. Alonso should be nowhere near this match. If you know my feelings on Alonso, he should be nowhere near this game, fam. No way. Just no. Like, no. Do you want him to get twisted up, bun up by flipping Eze or Zaha or Elise, whoever plays down those wings who have got tricks, flicks, pace, movement, Nah, get out of it. So Malang Sarr, going forward, he's not that good. And on the ball, he's actually not that good either. But defensively, at least he's got a bit of pace. At least he's actually aggressive. Puts in slide tackles. His positioning can be good as well at times as well. So overall, I play him there. It's no issue with me. I'm just saying, Malang Sarr at left back. Right back, Aspilicueta. We got no one else, to be fair. Reece James, I'm hoping for Reece James to be back for next week's cup final, because apparently he could be back then. He could be back next week when we have the Champions League and the League Cup game. So we'll see what happens in them games there. So yeah, Aspilicueta, the captain, leader, legend, because he literally is the only player to win every single trophy at Chelsea Football Club. Congratulations to him, I've got to say. What a guy. What a man. Love him. Aspilicueta right back though. Two centre-backs, really simple. Rudiger and Silva. They're two best centre-backs at the club. It's not really a debate, is it? So, yeah. Midfield as well. I don't think this is really a debate either. I'd rest up Kante, protect him, you understand, play him in the Champions League against Lille at home in a big game like that. In this game, Kovacic and Jorginho should be able to get the job done. Jorginho will just sit back, do sort of his thing, keep the ball moving, keep it ticking, find those long balls in behind, you understand? So for me, I'd play Jorginho there, and Kovacic, and obviously Jorginho didn't play in the Club World Cup final, so he should be fresh, he should be 100% ready to go, to be fair. So yeah, Kovacic, I'd play him next to him as well. Obviously, he's had a brilliant season for us. For me, he's been our best midfielder this season out of him, Kova and Kante. That should not really be controversial. He literally has been balling out. And I want him to continue balling out. And yeah, he should, with his dribbling, with his progressive passes, with his dribbling ability, being able to open space up and find those passes. So hopefully he can do that tomorrow. So yeah, I'll play him there. Obviously on the wings, on the right-hand side, it's really, really easy. Hakim Ziyech on that right-hand side. For me, like in this system, when we're playing a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, whatever formation it is, that's a back four system, that right wing spot is all his. Not Hudson-Odoi, not Pulisic, not Werner, not Kai, nobody. Just Hakim Ziyech. And he has shown in this system that he is cooking and he's doing really, really well. So for me, he needs to bring that flair tomorrow. He needs to bring that trickery. He needs to bring that link up. Use that wonder of a left foot to take shots on goal. Maybe get some crosses in to the back post. So maybe the other winger that I'm about to talk about can maybe get onto them, because he's pretty good at that when we're sitting in play. So yeah, I'm hoping for that link up with the left winger, Christian Pulisic. Pulisic came on against Palmeiras, and I thought his introduction was really, really good. He was the only one trying to get on the ball, trying to dribble past players, trying to create something, trying to link up, taking a few shots, to the goal as well, just wide off the target. So yeah, for me, I'd play him there tomorrow. And I feel like when I've seen Hudson-Odoi playing that position, him and Ziyech, you've seen Ziyech put the ball in a lot with his left foot. at the back post, and Hudson-Odoi sort of fluffed his lines. For me, those sort of chances Pulisic thrives at, because he's somebody that likes to get into the box late, get those headers, get those, tap-ins sort of thing, because he does want to be a goal-scoring winger, and I'm hoping tomorrow he can get himself a goal. He loves a goal against Palace, so I think that even builds up. I think that'll build up even more confidence now that that performance against Palmeiras hopefully can move forward. I saw his recent episode of Like a Pro. His mentality clearly is, very, very good right now. And I think he's ready to roll. And yeah, it's harsh on Hudson-Odoi, but to be honest, he did okay against Palmeiras, but I think it's time Pulisic got a chance at left wing. Give him a chance to just give him a run, Let him go at players. Let him dribble at man. Let him try create. Let him try score some goals for himself as well, because he is a better shooter than Callum Hudson-Odoi. And we do need goal scorers in the team. So, yeah, let's see what we can do tomorrow. And obviously the two up top, Kai Havertz now needs to run her games. Now that Mason Mount is out of injury, who I think they're saying that he's going to try be back for the cup final. Personally, I don't think he'll be back for then. I think that'll be way, way too late, in my opinion. The injury he suffered was pretty bad. Apparently, I think it was like an ankle injury. I think he suffered a couple ligaments or something like that, something along the lines of that. So for me, Kai Havertz now needs a run of games. That's another player who needs a run of games. You see, being given a run of games can work for some players and maybe not. We gave a run of games to Ziyech, it's worked for him. We've given a run of games to Lukaku. He's getting better and better, and I would put Lukaku in this team as well. But let me explain Kai Havertz first. Like I said, just needs a run of games. Had a good cup final against Palmeiras as well, scored the winning penalty. For me, he's that player that deserves a free role tomorrow. If you want him to be up front with Lukaku, yeah, fine, let him do that. If you want him to drop deep as a 10, yeah, let him do that. We can either go to a 4-3-3, make him and cover as the 8, let him do that. For me, let Kai Havertz cook tomorrow. Let him just go where he wants. Let him free roll. Left, right, middle, dropping deep. He's the man that needs to bring that creativity and also that goal-scoring ability as well, because I do believe he does have that in his locker. But, I think Kai Havertz is someone who can do the whole thing if he wants to, because he hasn't been really consistent at Chelsea. So I'm hoping this is the start of something new. Obviously, last year against Palace, he absolutely cooked them. He was unbelievable in that game. So hopefully we can see something similar in this performance. And up top, Lukaku. There's not much to say. We just got to ride it out, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to why I started him in the Palmeiras game, it's the same reason as this, to be honest. Personally, look, if I was the manager of Chelsea Football Club, I would drop him. But based on what Tuchel said today, I think he's going to play tomorrow, and he needs to understand his teammates, and he needs to understand us as a team as well. As much as we need to get the best out of him, he needs to start learning to play the way we want him to play, and he's got to get used to us and our style of playing, the way Tuchel wants to play. So hopefully after his cup final goals, in the Club World Cup, hopefully that builds confidence for him. Hopefully he can bring that link-up play. Hopefully he can run in behind with the ball. Hopefully he can, get in good positions and link up, and, just drive with the ball and just, score a couple goals for me, Lukaku. That's all I ask for, okay? If you really want to show you're sorry, just score me some goals for the rest of the season. Is that really hard to ask for? I mean, you did it Inter Milan and got 30 plus, so come on, man. So, yeah, hopefully you can do that tomorrow. And, yeah, that is my lineup for tomorrow. Tell me yours down below. And quickly, a score prediction just to end things off. I'm going to go with a 3-0 Chelsea win. Normally when we face Palace, we actually like to score a couple goals. So I feel like Pulisic could chip in. Feel like Hakim Ziyech could get himself a few assists. And I'm hoping Kai Havertz going to chip in with a few goals as well. Those two mainly because, yeah, and Lukaku as well. Hopefully they will chip in with goals. And Ziyech can bring that creative outlet. And, yeah, hopefully we'll just cook as a team tomorrow. And get ready for the Champions League next week. Next week is a huge week, fam. We got Lille and Liverpool in 1 week in the Carabao Cup final and in the round of 16 first leg. So, yeah, hopefully next week's a good one. But we focus on tomorrow. We get that W. And, yeah, we move. So, yeah. I'll see you lot whenever I see you lot tomorrow. Match review, player ratings. You already know the stuff. Peace.